help of the French, he was able to establish a position as independent. And in 1764, Hyder Ali overthrew Nurjara, the prime minister of Mughal kingdom under King Krishnamurti. He kept recognizing the king as the lawful ruler. For the conquest of Mysore, the English fought 4 wars in Mysore. Let us look at them one by one. The first Anglo-Mysore War, 1767 to 61. The battlefield of Madras, and it came to an end with the Treaty of Madras on the 2nd April 1769 between Mysore and the British East India Company. The first Anglo-Mysore War was a conflict in India between the Sultanate of Mysore and the East India. The war was instigated in part by the missionaries of the Nizam period, who sought to divert the company's resources from the coast to income from the lumber sector. The tripartite arrangement was first against Hyder Ali by the Britishers, the Nizam Ali of Hyderabad, and the Marathas. Hyder Ali fought Marathas and succeeded in breaking the alliance and alluring the Nizam with territorial gains. Together with the Nizam, he launched an attack north and later on the English by appearing at the gates of Madras. The panic-stricken Madras government signed the Treaty of Madras on 4th April 1769, under which basis was mutual restitution of each other's territories in the defensive alliance, by the English committed to help Hyder in case he was attacked by Mughal. The consequences of first Anglo-Mysore War. Hyder Ali, apparently emboldened by the agreement, the British engaged in war with the Marathas in 1770 at request of British support when the Marathas penetrated Mysorean territory. The British refused to assist him, even though they were also joined into conflict with Marathas in the 1770s. Hyder's battles did not fully end until 1779 when the Marathas negotiated an alliance with him and the Nizam.
Anglo-Mysore War, 1790-792. Tipu Sultan was defeated by Lord Cornwallis. As per the Treaty of Mangalore, the British treated Tipu's attack on Travancore as a violation of the treaty, and Lord Cornwallis declared war with him. After Tipu's departure from Malabar, the chiefs of Chirac, Kottayam and Kadathanad sought protection under the British, and by the end of 1790, the British seized the forts of Palakkad and Kannur. Lord Cornwallis assumed the command of the British forces on 29th Jan 1791. By March, Cornwallis captured Bangalore and advanced towards Tipu's capital Srirangapatna, in cooperation with his allies, the Nizam and the Marathas. However, the lack of provisions forced Cornwallis to retreat to Bangalore. Next year, Cornwallis resumed the campaign on Srirangapatna. Tipu's position was becoming critical and he made every effort to strengthen the defences of his capital. Finally, he was compelled to make terms of peace with the British. According to the Treaty of Srirangapatna, Tipu had to surrender half of his dominions to the British and its 2 allies, and pay 3 crores and 30 lakhs of rupees. Cornwallis also demanded 2 of Tipu's sons, Abdul Khalik, aged 10, and Moinuddin, aged 8, as hostages to Madras. It is said that Lord Cornwallis received the hostage princes as if they had been his own sons. With the Treaty of Srirangapatna signed on 19th of March 1792, Malabar came under British rule.
Sultan was born at Devanahalli near Bangalore. His father, Hyder Ali, was a military officer in the service of the Kingdom of Mysore. Tipu Sultan was introduced to military training by French officers in the employment of his father. By the time he was 15, Tipu had accompanied his father against the British in the First Mysore War in 1766. In 1779, Tipu fought the Second Anglo-Mysore War when the British captured the French-controlled port of Mahe, which Tipu had placed under his protection. Tipu's father dispatched 10,000 men and 18 iron cannons. In this battle, Tipu decisively defeated the British and brought down their army of nearly 7,000 men. By the time his father died, Tipu Sultan had gained sufficient military experience and in 1782 became the ruler of Mysore. He then started working on keeping the advances of the British in check by making allies with France, Afghanistan, and the Sultan of Turkey. In 1789, Tipu triggered the Third Anglo-Mysore War by attacking the British colony of the years and brought an end to Tipu as he was forced to sign a treaty where he gave up half his kingdom and 2 of his sons as hostages until he paid a fine of 3 crores and 30 lakh rupees. After paying the fine, Tipu got back his sons. In 1799, Tipu fought his last war. General Richard Wellesley was on a mission to bring down the crown of Mysore, and thus began the Fourth Anglo-Mysore War with their march to Srirangapatnam. Tipu was caught unprepared for battle, but kept up to his nickname, the Tiger of Mysore. This time, the British were too powerful and were able to surround the palace. He was, however, shot dead at the entrance. Tipu Sultan was buried at a mausoleum that he had built himself. He was considered one of the most powerful native princes of India and was set threats to the British position in South India.